Good morning and welcome back. We will continue the topic of enzyme. In today's video, we will see the competency number 2.3 and the subtopic for today's discussion is factors affecting enzyme activity. First, we will see what is meant by enzyme activity. Enzyme activity is nothing but it is the rate of conversion of substrate to product. The enzyme activity is also called as velocity of the reaction and denoted by V. To study the factors affecting enzyme activity, we will see various graphs on which velocity of the reaction is taken on y-axis and various factors are plotted on x-axis. So these are the factors which affects the enzyme activity. Out of this, the first factor is enzyme concentration. As we have seen in the graph, when the enzyme concentration increases on x-axis, velocity of the reaction also increases, and this will gives us a straight line graph. Here one should be kept in mind that substrate should be unlimited. So velocity of the reaction is directly proportional to enzyme concentration. Now this property is used to determine the levels of enzyme in the serum and tissues. Now the second factor which affect enzyme activity or velocity of the reaction is substrate concentration. As we goes on increasing the substrate concentration, from the graph we can see that initially velocity of the reaction also increases, but a time will come where we get a flat curve, because if we increase the substrate concentration at that point, velocity of the reaction does not increases. So we will get a hyperbolic curve. Why velocity of the reaction does not increases beyond certain point? If you carefully see the graph, initially when the substrate concentration is low, and if we goes on increasing the substrate concentration, then more and more enzymes combines with the substrate and catalysis occurs, that is velocity of the reaction increases. A point will come where all enzyme molecules binds with the substrate. At that point, if you still further increases the substrate concentration, then the free enzyme is not available to bind with the excess substrate, and hence velocity of the reaction does not increases and it remains a flat, or we will get a flat curve. At this point where the velocity of the reaction does not increases with increase in the substrate is called as maximum velocity of the reaction, and it is represented by Vmax. So when we get maximum velocity, when all enzyme molecules binds with the substrate and the velocity of the reaction is highest at that point, or rate of conversion is highest at that point, that point or that level of reaction is called as maximum velocity of the reaction. Now on the y-axis, if we take a point exactly between 0 and maximum velocity, that point indicates half Vmax or half of the maximum velocity. Now from that point draw a perpendicular on the graph, and from that graph draw one more perpendicular on x-axis. That point on x-axis indicates Km. And what is Km? Km long form is Michaelis constant. And how will you define Km from the graph? Km is present on x-axis. And what is x-axis? X-axis is nothing but it is a substrate concentration. So Km is nothing but it is also a substrate concentration where the velocity of the reaction is half. So Km or Michaelis constant is defined as it is a substrate concentration at which velocity of the reaction is half, or Vmax is half. This Km is very important because this Km indicates the affinity between enzyme and substrate. If Km is low, that means there is high affinity between enzyme and substrate. If Km is high, that means there is less affinity between enzyme and substrate molecule. When affinity between enzyme and substrate is high, then they combine easily and catalysis occurs easily. So velocity of the reaction is achieved. Vmax of the reaction is achieved at less substrate concentration. Therefore, Km is very important for determining the affinity between enzyme and substrate. Now the next factor is product concentration. So velocity of the reaction is inversely proportional to product concentration. So from the graph you see that velocity of the reaction is maximum when the product concentration is low. As the product concentration increases on x-axis, the velocity of the reaction falls. So velocity of the reaction is inversely proportional to product concentration. This is because as the product concentration increases, the substrate concentration get decrease and the product get accumulated in the medium, which hinders the combination between enzyme and substrate. Now the next factor is temperature. From the graph we see that if we increases the temperature from 0 degree slowly, the velocity of the reaction increases. It achieves a peak at optimum temperature, and if we still increases the temperature beyond optimum temperature, then velocity of the reaction falls. This gives rise to a bell-shaped curve. Why velocity of the reaction increases initially when we increase the temperature? This is because initially when we increase the temperature, the enzyme and substrate get energy, their kinetic energy increases, therefore their motion increases. When their motion increases, then their collision probability in the medium increases. When the enzyme and substrate collides or comes together, then only catalysis occurs. So initially when the temperature increases, the velocity of the reaction also increases. It is maximum at optimum temperature. But if we increase the temperature beyond the optimum temperature, then there is fall in the velocity of the reaction. This is because if we increase temperature more and more, then denaturation of the enzyme takes place. And what is denaturation? That we have studied in first slide of this chapter. Denaturation means enzyme becomes unfolded. Due to unfolding of the enzyme, the functional groups at the active site goes away from each other, and hence enzyme becomes functionless. So if we increase the temperature beyond optimum temperature, enzyme loses its activity and velocity of the reaction falls. The next factor is pH, or H plus ion concentration. Again, if we see the graph, we see that the pH, velocity of the reaction and pH shows a bell-shaped curve. In the middle of the curve, peak is there, which is called as optimum pH. If we go away from optimum pH on both sides, the velocity of the reaction decreases. This is because all of you know that the charges on the protein changes with the H plus ion concentration. So here enzymes are nothing but they are proteins. if we at the optimum pH, the charges present at the active site are such that they favor maximum catalysis. If we go away from the optimum pH, either decrease the pH or increase the pH, at that time the charges present on the active site changes, and these charges, new charges, does not favors the catalysis, and hence if we go away from optimum pH, the velocity of the reaction falls. Majority of our body enzymes have optimum pH around 7, but there are some enzymes like acid phosphatase which has optimum pH in acidic range, alkaline phosphatase which has optimum pH in alkaline range. So this graph shows various peaks of various enzymes at different pH. Summary: how pH affects velocity of the reaction. At optimum pH, the charges present at the active site are such that they favors catalysis. If we change the pH, either increase or decrease the pH, the charges present on the active site also changes, and hence they does not favor the catalysis. This is about the factor pH. Now the next factor is inhibitors. If inhibitors are present in the medium, then these inhibitors inhibits the enzyme, and naturally when the enzyme is inhibited, the velocity of the reaction decreases. So this is a graph. These are the two graphs showing clear-cut decrease in the maximum velocity of the reaction in the presence of inhibitors. The upper graph is having more maximum velocity because it does not have inhibitor, but when the inhibitors are added into the medium, these inhibitors inhibit the enzyme and velocity of the reaction get decreases, hence we will get more flattened curve which is shown here. So inhibitors decreases the maximum velocity of the reaction. So these are about various factors affecting the enzyme activity. Thank you very much.